Nina, the overall safety philosophy of Boskalis. With a clear vision on safety, being value-driven and risk-based. By taking the values and rules to heart, we are more conscious of our safe behavior. But what about our subconscious behavior and mind? Why do we do the things we sometimes do? That is because we 1. Run on automatic mode. 2. Work on routine. 3. Constantly make perception errors. 4. Act on impulse. Just to show you what is meant, here is a situation with a bowling ball. This was all about perceptions and about people making assumptions. Okay, knowing this, how does it work? Well, you could compare it with an iceberg. The tip on the iceberg is formed by our consciousness. 15% of our brain allows us to talk, think, and analyze. Our subconscious mind lies beneath the surface and is responsible for our routines, reflexes, and our perceptions. These are based on our experiences from the past and account for approximately 85% of the things we do. You want proof? Just a few examples to test your perceptions yourself. Okay, test number 1. Please watch this picture carefully. What do you think was written here? It's quite possible that you did not notice the second instance of the word "the." Our brain leaves out what it doesn't need, and thus we perceive situations. Please don't worry. This applies to the most of us. Not convinced yet? Okay, one more. How many triangles do you see? Please count them. Probably you counted 4, 8 or more triangles. Sorry to say, but there are 0 triangles. You immediately started counting because of the suggestive question. Assumptions and perceptions are quickly made. We often look more with our brains than with our eyes, and hence we see triangles which in fact are not there. Okay, please stop this presentation for a moment and let's discuss whether you recognize routine work and automatic pilot in your daily work. I'll be back in a minute. Hi, I'm back. Hopefully you came up with a few nice examples. Having experienced some samples of routine work, we can ask ourselves, how come our mind is so easily tricked? You have seen the comparison between the iceberg and our brain before. 15% we do consciously. That seems a lot, but this goes relatively slow. Here, we can do one thing at a time, while our subconscious part allows us to do even 7 things at once, and is thus pretty fast. These tasks we taught ourselves to do on autopilot. Very handy when driving a car, operating an excavator, or playing a computer game. Of course, it's fantastic that we can do all those things at once, but the question is, how does this relate to safety? That's because our subconscious mind always wants to take over. But also we act before we think, and our mind makes assumptions and therefore we overlook things. Now, While facing these dilemmas safety-wise, how can we challenge our brain? That is, to switch from our automatic mode to our conscious mind. How? By the ever-old saying, think before you act. Of course you knew that. But how to stack the odds in your favor? By taking the values and rules to heart. And, in particular, the part of my role according to Nina as an employee. Always check the safety of yourself, equipment and surroundings, or YES. Applying the YES scan each time before you start with the job at hand and after each break is one option to challenge your brain to get out of the automatic mode. How do you apply a YES scan? By first checking yourself, checking your equipment, and checking your surroundings. Stop your routine and apply the YES scan before you start and after each break. Safe mind.